Welcome. Micronutrients role in optimum health. Today we're going to be having a great conversation. For those of you that are brand new for the first time, we want to thank you for coming. Hello, Sharon. How are you?
Hello, Bernard.
How are you?
Doing good. How about you?
Wonderful. Good to see you. Boy, you have been busy. Hello, Joyce. How are you doing?
James.
Hello. How are you doing?
Hi, Bernard. I'm fine.
Hey.
Thank you.
Good, Joyce and James.
Hello.
We only have about 4 minutes, so if anybody want to tell a little bit about where they're from, even though it's very few people, guess what? We're all here. That's all that matters. So we want to welcome everyone.
I'm Sharon Witherspoon from North Carolina by way of Georgia.
Welcome, Sharon, and welcome, North Carolina. Do we have any other states here represented?
Rochester, New York.
Rochester, New York. New York is on the map. So we got North Carolina, New York.
Joyce from Florida.
Got Florida on the map. Welcome,
Eddie
Joyce.
from Georgia.
Who is this?
Eddie Brown from Georgia.
Hey, Eddie, how you doing, buddy? And Eddie is down here not too far from me, probably. I'm near Atlanta.
Hello from South Carolina.
South Carolina in the house. Hi, Errol. Good to see you here. People, we have about 3 minutes to let everyone know that you're representing your state. Hello, Dr. Prasad.
Hi,
The man of the hour. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
You know, Dr. Prasad, I have to tell you this. Last week, you were so powerful in your message that everybody kept calling saying, well, it's like Dr. Prasad on steroids. So thank you so much. Last week was such a terrific. I'm telling you, people are enjoying that. We can't wait to hear how micronutrients contribute to optimum health. We are so excited to get you here.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Anyone else would like to introduce themselves? You got 2 minutes.
Sanders from Mississippi.
All right, we got North Carolina, New York, Florida, Georgia, and Mississippi in the house.
Hey, Bernard, Corleen Chavez, Camarillo, California.
Corleen, you know it's always a joy to get you on. Thank you so much, Corleen, for introducing yourself.
Stephen Robertson from Pomona, California.
California, I think California just took the lead. Stephen Roberts got his hands up. Is that one of those D's right here?
That's Stephen, that was me.
Stephen, I got you. Where you from?
Pomona.
Excellent.
Rashida from Anchorage, Alaska.
From where?
Permier, Fresno, California.
From Anchorage, Alaska.
Well, I think California's going to take over today, people. It looks like California is a runaway right now.
That's right,
Who else
Bernard.
do you have on?
Marie, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Ohio's in the house. Excellent.
Carolyn, Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Excellent. 1 minute. This is your chance to shine.
Liz Henry, Poplarville, Mississippi.
All right, Mississippi on there.
And
we have
Towers, Bolivia.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to be as far away as y'all are, Ed and Joyce. They're up in the mountains of Bolivia.
Yeah, it just took a 4-hour trip and made it back.
Wow, good to have you back. And you came here. Shows that how much you appreciate good health. And today you're going to learn a whole lot about that. Excellent. Welcome. Well, we're going to get ready to get started, people, because Dr. Prasad has a lot of information for us today. So we're going to get everybody muted here. We get our host to go ahead and mute us. People, first of all, I just want to welcome it. If you're not muted, please mute yourself. Let's see. Let me do this. Mine disappeared. So we're going to depend on our host to mute all. Oh, there it is. All right, mute all. And then all right, excellent. Well, first of all, I just want to take this opportunity and welcome everyone to Micronutrients and what it has to do with optimal health. My name is Bernard Dean. I'm privileged to simply give an introduction to two gentlemen that I believe is really taking the lead in helping us, all of us on here, actually to understand why these products are working so well. And right now we're up and up. The company says, hey, we're growing 3 times more, and it seems like it's increasing. And the question was asked to me, they said, well, why does it seem to be growing so much? Well, the reason why we're growing so much is because our products work. Also, we have the actual individual on here that has the scientific validity to actually help us to understand how it works. So if you have not invited your people, if you have anybody that you truly love that's looking for optimum health, then please take a few moments, send that link to them, and let's get them on this program. Well, I'm gonna go ahead. It's my privilege to introduce a friend, and I truly believe he's a friend because of what he's done for me in the last 8 months. Jonathan Jones was one that had the love, the concern to introduce me to these products. When I first heard them, I didn't believe that they were really that good because, you know, everybody introduced a whole lot of things to me. But I decided after 5-6 months, Jonathan kept calling, Bernard, you need to see this, you need to see this. And my wife and I have been on these products now since July, and the results have been 10 times, maybe 100 times better than what I expected. As a result, I started talking to people, and as a result, we started actually being health advocates for, to me, one of the best companies in the world. So Jonathan, I don't think they came on here to hear me. I think they came on here to hear you interview Dr. Prasad. And Dr. Prasad, every time I see you, I love you more. Jonathan, I put up with you. Dr. Prasad look a little bit better to me, but that's okay. Jonathan, please take over, and we're excited to hear what you have to say.
Thank you very much, Bernard. You know, Dr. Prasad looks better than us because he's got more hair than we do. So I think that's what gives him the edge there. Besides the fact that he's a little bit more brilliant. So that's a fine thing. But thank you very much for setting everything up for us, Bernard. And we appreciate all of you folks being here today. We look forward to this presentation. In fact, every presentation we have an opportunity to give. I was talking to a friend today, and I explained to the friend that I personally just have a strong feeling about health because I feel that, and still feel to this day, that the healthcare system, or like one doctor called it, the sick care system in this country, is what I believe I hold responsible for my mother's death. Now, mind you, every person is responsible for their own eventuality because we make our own choices. Our dietary choices, our nutrition choices, our medical choices, everything that we do, one way or the other. But I can't help but feel that there was something that could have been done that could have made a difference. And I will always feel that way. So as a result of that, I'm determined to pass on as much information as I can to anyone who would like to avoid that same outcome, feeling hopeless and feeling helpless, like there's nothing that you could do when you're watching someone that you care for, a loved one, suffer terribly. So that's why we're here with this today. My wife and I established a nonprofit organization called the Healthcare Support Association of America. And that's part of what we do, is pass on information. So for the record, my name is Jonathan Jones, and I'm your host, privileged to be your host and moderator for today. Today is March the 5th, 2023. We focus our attention a lot on Engage Global because it just so happens that Dr. Kedar Prasad has done so much and has just led the charge when it comes to health and wellness. He's been referred to as the Einstein of our day and the godfather of micronutrients. So he knows so much on the subject that it actually defies words and is beyond explanation, in my opinion, because of his amazing history. But before we introduce our discussion to Dr. Prasad, I'd like to lay the foundation and maybe get Jeff to share with us a testimonial that could potentially illustrate what we mean by optimal health. I mean, everybody really has a different definition of optimal health. And optimal health to a 10-year-old may be one thing, but to a 92-year-old, it may be something a little bit different. But I think we would all agree that if something can have an impact on the overall well-being of someone who is in their 90s, there's a pretty good chance it could be beneficial to many other people. So, Jeff, do you have something you can share with us? Maybe something along the line of a Virginia Gilboa that could maybe illustrate this point that you'd like to share with us?
You know what? I've got Virginia's. It's set up. It's a little longer, but I've got one of a lady who needed to have surgery. It's Priscilla's mother-in-law, and she's over in Hawaii. And so let me share that one. This is pretty significant when you understand everything that she's been through, particularly with her lungs. And then it is the medical profession. It's the doctors that are saying, "Oh no, she is," and I won't give away the rest of the story, but yes. So here is Priscilla's mother-in-law, and Priscilla describing the experience.
And feel free to share the disclaimer when you finish.
My husband's mom going into emergency surgery last week.
You know, Jonathan, why don't I, before I share that, let me jump right in and make sure we are protected here with our disclaimer. I'll pull it up onto the screen and read: these statements and comments have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This information is for educational purposes only and includes information on recent advances in research on micronutrients. Engage, the micronutrient company, does not claim that our products diagnose, treat, cure, heal, or prevent any disease or injury. Engage's products do, however, address our deficiencies and provide our bodies with the nutrition we are lacking. So now let me go on here with Priscilla's testimony.
I spoke to you about my husband's mom going into emergency surgery last week. We started my mother-in-law the same time that we got involved and started using Micro Daily last year in November. And she's 93 years old. She's still in the Hawaiian Islands. She's in the Big Island. And she's still active. When I mean active, she's still able to walk and go to the restroom and perform her personal care. Unfortunately, she basically slipped and fell as she was using her walker, and she fractured her hip. Now, what I want to say is that in 2018 and 19 and the beginning of 2020, my mother has had lung issues. She's had lung problems. She had congestive heart failure. She had been intubated 9 times. And in the duration of those 3 years, and in 2020, and she had hypertension and so forth. So when we started her on the Micro Daily, we had asked our family to stop whatever medication that she was taking. And they did. I've been guiding them in regards to my mother-in-law's health. And when it happened that she went into the emergency room because of the fractured hip, I guess, praise God that she didn't break her hip, but she had to have a metal plate put into her hip, which is invasive. So the family's concerned, and we were all on a Zoom call discussing this, whether or not she would go on, whether or not we would make the decision for her to have this surgery, because everybody's concern was the fact that she was diagnosed with all of these ailments. So I finally was able to speak to her medical doctor, and also to the surgeon. And I asked them, I said, she's 93 years old. How safe is this surgery going to be for her? And what is going to be the recovery time? And do you feel at 93, she can handle this surgery? And to my surprise, he said, we ran all the tests on your mom. Her heart is strong. She doesn't have diabetes at this current time, and there are no scarring in her lungs. I almost flipped when they told me this. And I said, but doc, and he said, I understand your concerns, but there is nothing in her lab work that shows that she is not able to have this. She's a good candidate, even at 93 years old. So whatever you guys have been doing, it has helped her because she is a strong woman. And he said this, he says, although she's 93, he says she has a heart of a young woman. That's what he said. And so I went back to the family and I told them everything that he said. And so everybody agreed, let's go for it. Let's do the surgery for her. Because it was, and when I said this, when I asked him if the recovery after, if we didn't do this, and he says, you know, Priscilla, if you guys don't do this, you're going to kill your mom from the conventional painkillers that I'm going to have to prescribe her for the rest of her life. So we need to do the surgery. And so praise God. Say this, Jeff. Product is safe for every age. It's safe for our kapunas, our elderly, our manamkos. It's safe for even our keikis. It's safe for all of our for all of our nennies, our babies. So I'm just, you know, I am just so I have so many testimonies of my own, but I wanted to share this because this is what I'm going to be resonating. I've got experiences now, you know, being on the product over 90 days. That is why he says, Dr. Prasad says, we need to be on the product and give it a try for 90 days. And I'm going to say this, it's a product I'm going to be on with my family and everybody that comes into my path. I'm going to recommend to do this for the rest of our life.
Wow.
Pretty powerful, right, Jonathan?
That's
Goodness.
incredible.
Yeah. 93 years old, and she already went through how many times she's been intubated, you know, and there's no scarring, and then she's got a heart of a young woman. And
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is absolutely that is absolutely incredible, Jeff. And I think it fit well with this portion of our discussion, because it's exactly what I wanted everyone to be able to be exposed to see that we're talking about there are real life stories involved. But before introducing Dr. Prasad, I think people need to make a connection between something that not just Priscilla down in Hawaii concluded, but also an organization called the United States Patent Office. They also drew some of the same conclusions because this gentleman that we're talking about right now, Dr. Prasad, submitted paperwork for this invention, and his desire was to get to demonstrate the unique ability of this particular formulation as it relates to, notice this, optimal health. There it is. Now, true enough, the focus there had to do with the veterans, but notice still we're talking about optimal health. So that was a very, very powerful target market because that's who was being targeted at the time. But notice these two highlights in this opening paragraph here in describing this antioxidant micronutrient formula. It's comprised of dietary and endogenous antioxidants. And it says here, particularly chosen, this is in the green, particularly chosen to produce long-term optimal health effects in individuals of various age groups and occupations. Just like Priscilla just happened to say. You'd think she was reading from this patent when she did the statement. Her kahunas and kinkis, and which I believe are all Hawaiian names for older ones and younger ones and babies and whatever she was saying. But it'd be nice if someone translates that one day. But notice what it says here, with particular emphasis on reducing and or eliminating acute and or long-term effects of environmental and physical stressors and toxic chemicals. That's everything that we're exposed to, folks.
Yep.
That's everything we're exposed to. So I'm curious as to what Dr. Prasad is going to say about that situation and about this patent that he slammed onto the table and said, oh, yeah, you got one of these? In fact, anyone who has a vitamin or a nutritional supplement that claims it's all that, I ask you, do you have one of those? Can you back it with a patent like that one? But it's my pleasure, my privilege to introduce to our discussion now Dr. Kedar Prasad. Dr. Prasad's accolades includes being the professor of at the University of Colorado School of Medicine for 30 years, director of vitamin and cancer research. He was also former president, International Society of Cancer and Nutrition, a member of the British Society of Medicine, Nobel Peace Prize nominating committee for candidates in medicine. He was also the world's first radiation biology PhD. His products have been awarded 7 U.S. patents on micronutrients, and I just introduced one of them to you, and I'm hoping that he'll give us some comments on that. Dr. Prasad is not just a professor, not just a brilliant mind, not just a radiation biology PhD. He also is a scientist of the highest level. He was the one who discovered the anti-cancer potency of vitamin E succinate. It is cytotoxic to cancer, folks. He discovered that butyric acid, the small fatty acid formed by fermentation of fibers in the gut, is an anti-cancer agent. Also, the author of 32 books, currently working on his 33rd at the young age of 88. The man just will not stop working. He's been published more than 250 times. I think it's more than 260 times. I'm going to go back and count up his list and give you a number on that one at some point. These are just some of Dr. Prasad's books. And here's one that I think everyone should get. I think you should get both of these. I think you should get all of his books if you can find them. But take a screenshot of this one, because on the left is his latest published book on dementia and memory loss. It's entitled Dementia Memory Loss, How to Prevent and Improve Treatment. It's an educational book written for the public. It provides easy to follow guidelines on how to avoid the risk of memory loss. You want to get this before you forget, pun intended. This book also provides recent scientific information on how to reduce the risk of memory loss and how to improve current drug treatment with the help of micronutrients. And while you're there, you can go ahead and grab the book on heart disease and also the one on cancer and any other one that you can find there on Amazon while they are available. So as I mentioned, it is my pleasure, my privilege to introduce to our discussion Dr. Kedar Prasad. Dr. Prasad, thank you very, very much, sir, for joining us in our discussion today as we talk about this subject of optimal health and micronutrients' role in optimal health. Tell us, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you, Jonathan, for having me. And thank everybody who are participating in this meeting. As you know, that, it has been, first, diet is extremely important because diet also provides micronutrient. I have mentioned in my many books, follow the guideline of good diet, balanced diet. But problem with the diet alone is that nobody follows the guideline. That's one thing.
That's sad.
And second thing is that some of the things that we eat doesn't have as much nutrient as it used to be because of many times you have a genetic modification and so on and so forth. And so, and also that even a deficiency of one micronutrient will impair your immune function. And your immune system is very important to protect you against viral infection or bacterial infection. So this is very important to remember that how important micronutrient is for your body. So I always say try to do as much as possible and take a diet and lifestyle, don't smoke and these kind of things. Do as much as possible. But despite of that, I think it is essential to have micronutrient as in not only as insurance, maybe insurance for some who is following a good dietary and lifestyle guideline, but 99% of the people don't. And so for them, it is a necessity that you have an appropriate type of micronutrient. Why you need it? Because as you grow older, and if you suppose you are not taking any micronutrient, supplement, what happens? As you know, there is an increase oxidative stress due to production of a excess amount of free radical that your body cannot handle it. And when that happens, there's such an emotion of chronic inflammation, which also produce a lot of toxic chemicals. So combination of increased oxidative occur if you don't do anything as you grow older. Then you start losing your collagen. Not only that, but also there has been now a lot of evidence that when you grow older with or without any disease, suppose at the time you don't have any obvious disease,
right?
The intestinal flora changes in intestinal, what they call microbiota, and intestinal flora, intestinal microorganism, everybody will understand it, shift in the balance of a harmful bacteria. And then harmful bacteria produce a lot of toxic chemicals that can be very detrimental to your health. And so if you don't do anything, then you will grow older, and then suddenly start many kind of chronic diseases like diabetes, arthritis, and all these kind of things start happening, heart disease. And so it is important to remember that first, what happens to your body during aging process, and then how you can improve your optimal health. So while you age, you maintain a good quality of life without any health issue. And so then here is the reason that why you should. That if, Jonathan, you mentioned the patent formula. That was the original formula of what is called micronutrient, and developed for military. But since then, as you know, in micro daily EMF, original formula has been improved by adding four additional supplement, curcumin. Yeah, this was the original formula that we used to call military micronutrient formulation, which we now call micro daily. But micro daily EMF.
Well, before you go there, if you don't mind, you mentioned something that I was curious about, and maybe you could comment on it in this same patent, just for the sake of making a connection for folks.
Mm-hmm.
The very thing that you just mentioned about oxidative stress and these toxin-producing harmful chemicals. You referenced that right here in the patent as pro-inflammatory cytokines.
Yes.
Oxidators, all this other technical stuff here.
All those chemicals, including radiations, exposure to EMF radiation or ionizing radiation like X-ray or gamma ray, they all produces a oxidative stress and inflammation.
So all of that gets lumped into this category here of oxidative stress.
Right. Because they produce it. So your body has been exposed daily. And if you don't have any good micronutrient, you are defenseless, and that they will induce all kind of chronic diseases. I think if you make a statement today that increase oxidative stress and increase chronic inflammations are primary reason for the development of most human chronic diseases, nobody will argue that. The question is how to do it, how to reduce them at the same time.
Right.
As you know, many times people have done all kind of a study with a single micronutrient, and they all either have a short-term benefit or totally fail, or sometimes it produces harmful effect. So we decided that because to avoid that, and still many places, they are still doing the same old study using curcumin alone or resveratrol alone, and can publish a paper, get money. But my focus was how to improve your health optimally, not a little bit, but optimally. And for that, I decided, and it came from my laboratory data, because we had a experimental model for Alzheimer's disease in which in nerve cell we put Alzheimer's genes. And so when I put the Alzheimer's genes, and then the cell will die. And when I try to protect them with a single nutrient, a little bit, they did a little bit protection. But when I put a mixture of antioxidant, then they did a total protection. So from that idea emerged that, and in addition to my experimental evidence, human has a multiple micronutrient. Why you will think that only one can do the job? So in any case, currently in a micro daily EMF, we have added 4 additional antioxidant.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, curcumin, resveratrol. Curcumin comes from it is Indian spices, and that I use every day in my food when I make it. Resveratrol, if you drink red wine, is very high in resveratrol. It is isolated from grapes. And then another one, you have a quercetin, which is another flavonoid found in many plants, and green tea extract. And is extremely important for protection. And so this has further improved what we said from the health point of view. And so I think that, and you can see the results that you were talking about from Prasad. So in my opinion, not only that, so you take a micronutrient for your optimal health,
right?
Whether you have a disease or not disease, it doesn't make difference. And then you take also probiotics, because when you take a probiotics, then now intestinal microorganisms, bacteria shift in the favor of beneficial bacteria, which can produce butyric acid or butyrate, which is, as you know, is very helpful to maintain intestinal health. And if your intestinal health is in good shape, then micronutrient that you are taking, EMF, it will be absorbed quicker, it will go to your bloodstream, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that as you saw that in a heart maverick trial in Denver that we did in collaboration with Jeff Boons, that it also, micronutrient, can prevent the accumulation of plaque in your carotid arteries, because so that it doesn't become narrow and cause a vascular dementia. And so it is very important to remember, these are very unexpected finding of micronutrient. And that's why many times that people are benefit, like Priscilla was saying, it is hard to believe. It is extremely hard to believe, because we know it is important, micronutrient, reducing oxidative stress and inflammation, but maybe micronutrient also have some other function that we don't know. And so we are learning from that, like a tissue modification we did not know earlier. So when you are healthy, it is very important to have a micronutrient. And as you old, then no matter what you do, you loses your collagen. You loses, your skin becomes dry and saggy. All these kind of changes makes you look old. So what you do if you don't do anything? So micronutrient is not sufficient to restore your collagen peptides. It will do very good job.
Right.
Like in some cases it did, like in Priscilla cases, it will do good job. But while you are trying to maintain a younger looking right from the beginning, with or without disease, then it is very important to have not only probiotics, but also collagen peptides. Because collagen peptide will also restore your collagen, because collagen represents 30% of your total body protein.
Wow.
That is, collagen is present in all organ in your body.
Wow.
Different types of collagen. It's not only in the skin, you are more concerned about the skin, but it is still in the heart, in the kidney, in the brain, every place, all organs.
Wow.
And so it is very important to have a collagen peptides. So for your optimal health, then I will entertain questions. For your optimal health, I think it is very important to have a micro daily EMF, which will reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. At the same time, No other product can claim this at the same time. For example, if you use hydrocortisone, it just reduces inflammation and has a lot of toxicity.
No effect on oxidative stress.
No, nothing to do with oxidative stress. But here is who does both without any toxicity.
Wow.
This is very important to remember that this is one of the only compounds that I know of who can reduce oxidative stress. And you know, many people have felt that their pain gets less and things like that, which is caused from inflammation. And so it also increases the healing process if you are injured or things like that. So it has many beneficial effects.
Yeah.
But for optimal health, the three component is very important.
Wow.
Is the collagen peptide, because it restores some of the collagen you have lost, and also it restored the elasticity of the skin. It also restored hydration of the skin because we provide the hyaluronic acid. And so our supplement is the best that no other supplement has. Is probiotics, even collagen peptides. Our product is only one collagen peptides that has a inhibitor of collagenase, so that whatever effect you are seeing, it will last for a longer time.
Right. You're not leaking out the collagen while you're trying to make new collagen.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Because, and again, as you can see that, then question you asked that why collagen gets degraded as you grow older? Well, the enzyme increases, which degrades the collagen. So why enzyme increases? Because increased oxidative stress enhances the activities of collagen peptide. And so, but the question is, but micronutrient by itself cannot inhibit it.
Right.
It can increase, it can inhibit. You have to have an inhibitor of collagenase and elasticase to do the job, and we have in our formulation. And same way is in this our product of probiotics. We have at least two strain of probiotics. Generally, if you buy in a marketplace probiotics, they all get destroyed in acid pH of the stomach. And most of the 90% of them. And when it goes intestine has a bile acid, because they're very sensitive to beneficial bacteria that we have in our gut. They're very sensitive to acid.
Yeah.
So I say, but when you're taking orally, it is not a good idea to have just the beneficial bacteria. Then we added a two strain of beneficial probiotics. One is Bacillus coagulant, and another one is Saccharomyces boulardii, which is from East origin. But they have been tested clinically in human, has no toxicity, and has improved disease like inflammatory bowel syndrome of all kind. And so we decided to add that in addition to adding the beneficial bacteria, we added also these two, which are also beneficial. And as a matter of fact, the Bacillus coagulant is the only probiotic which has been approved by the FDA to be added in an infant formula.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, is the only one. And so you can see that why we have added this kind of stuff. And so if you follow this principle, you will have an optimal health, and you will enjoy your quality of life for a long time.
That's amazing, Dr. Prasad. I'm going to throw a couple of things at you. Earlier today, or early this morning, I got a voice message from an affiliate who has a client that about a year ago, February, so she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she started taking microdaily EMF. And after a couple of months, she could no longer feel the lump or the mass that was in her breast. And 6 months later, her oncologist went in because they wanted to start chemo and start treatment on her. The oncologist could not find any evidence of any cancer in her breast, Dr. Prasad. And this is 6 months on the product. I got the recording of it.
So what doses she was taking?
Dr. Prasad, she took 3 microdaily EMF twice a day. And I'm it's blowing my mind, Dr. Prasad. Help me understand how that's possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, see, maybe she was just early diagnosis. Maybe she has a cyst rather than cancer. I don't know.
But the oncologist called it cancer.
But then it was a cancer. So I would say, again, this is another one of those surprise.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, the fact that it has effect is not surprising me, but it has effect at low doses, which is surprised me.
And that's what I wanted to ask you about here. Now, that was to set this question up, because some people have said or are worried that if they have cancer and they're taking a low dose of micro daily, that it could be dangerous to them. Is that possible?
Well, I mean, some experimental data have suggested that low dose, but see, in a micro daily EMF, we don't have a low dose. It is a preventive dose, but it is not a low dose that we define, in experimental system.
There we go.
Yeah. So I think, for me, double showed that it has a high dose. We say that take a 4 to 5 times of preventive dose. But if you look at their formula, it is high dose, but not high dose enough for me to recommend cancer patient just the preventive dose. But somebody tried that, this is okay. But if she would have asked me, I would have said, yeah, before you going to the doctor, take for 90 days this thing. How long she took it? 6 months?
6 months, Dr. Prasad. She was diagnosed positive and then diagnosed it doesn't exist anymore.
That's amazing. And so I would have suggested it. And there has been, as you know, many cases from our customer report that the cancer disappeared with high doses. That is not surprising. And that is what my patent is about. But I'm glad to hear. But, I just could not recommend preventive dose for cancer patient. Okay. But I'm glad that, there is no evidence that it has caused anybody EMF, that it has stimulated the growth of the cancer. But I'm always a little more conservative on that cancer issue. And whenever I heard the word cancer, I said, you use high dose. Higher doses than what we have in EMF.
Right. I got you. That makes perfect sense. I'm going to get you the documentation on that case so you can add it to your observational study as well.
Yeah. That will be because then there you can name the product and how frequency it took, how long it took to do that.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, even a 2 or 3 case report like that would be published.
We're going to get you. We're going to get you the information, Dr. Prasad. You're going to have that one and be ready for that. So hold on.
And you will be a co-author with me.
You can expect this to be happening pretty soon. Here's another question for you. Does micro daily EMF or the original help our mitochondria?
Yes, it does. Because as you know, that the micro daily EMF or even the original one, because mitochondria is the place where your 90% of free radicals are generated, because they use oxygen to produce energy. And during that process, free radicals are formed as a byproduct.
Hydroxy radicals or something like that?
Yeah, different kind of free radicals are formed. And mitochondria, and also that the mitochondria also are very sensitive, even though they produce it, but they themselves are very sensitive to oxidative stress.
So they can be damaged by their own byproduct. And that's why it is important to have an extra micronutrient to protect it, to quench the free radical as soon as they are formed, to destroy the free radicals so they are not time to expose themselves. That's one way to protect mitochondria. Second way is, for example, in EMF, we have resveratrol. Resveratrol increases, there is one protein called SIRT1 protein in mitochondria, which is extremely important for generating energy. And so what resveratrol does, not only it is antioxidant and protect it, but also it stimulates the production of energy through the mitochondria. And so this kind of thing is very important. Not only the resveratrol and other antioxidant, wherever they are, they will protect it. But especially in case of resveratrol, which is not true with vitamin A or other antioxidant, it stimulates one protein in mitochondria
which helps in producing high level of energy for your body.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, this is unique function of only resveratrol. No other antioxidants share this function in not only protecting mitochondria, but also stimulating the production of energy.
Wow. Wow. That's a powerful thought. I gotta wrap my mind around that one for a hot minute. But while I'm trying to digest that, what about osteopenia?
Osteopenia, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but it is not a fully osteoporosis, but it is a precursor that if you don't do anything, then you might develop osteopenia.
Yeah.
For that, I always recommend not only take collagen peptide with micronutrient, but also take an extra calcium supplement like calcium citrate.
Yeah.
1200 milligram, and half of them, generally it is half a ratio of magnesium citrate, both together.
Right.
And you can buy these kind of things from other place. And this is important to have that. So that not only collagen peptide, we try to restore the minerals, but you have to provide the minerals to restore it. You see what I mean? But if your body has no minerals, then collagen peptide cannot help in restoring the mineral to your bone. And so this is very important that take a collagen peptide, and at the same time, you take a calcium and magnesium supplement.
Very interesting. Very interesting. We got one or two more questions that are popping up, but Jeff's got another testimonial we wanted to share.
Sure.
Because so many in our audience need to understand the power of this product and how MicroDaily has actually manifested itself, and how so many people are saying these stories over and over and over again, Dr. Prasad.
Yeah.
Telling these stories. So go ahead, Jeff.
Yes, in fact, this next one is going to go back a few years where we were still calling this product MMF, or short for military micronutrient formulation. And Helen and I had a wrap on our van, designating it just as so. But we've been hearing a lot about people's experiences that are already in a disease state, in a space in their life where their conditions are not optimal any longer. But let's shift gears here just a little bit, and I want to share, and maybe Dr. Prasad, you can remember Dr. Milton Carroll, who was with us a while back. So it goes back a while. But let's. He's standing in front of our van, and he's describing as a triathlete his benefits from the product. So here, I'll pull Dr. Milton Carroll up on here with us. Here we go.
Hello, my name is Dr. Milton Carroll, and I am an Ironman triathlete and military veteran. I take a product called Military Micronutrients, or MMF for short. It was designed by the military to help soldiers of the age of 17 to 20 years of age reach their optimal health and peak performance and maintain it even in the stress of the battlefield. Now, last September, I ran an Ironman in Maryland, in which my brother-in-law competed with me. It took me 12 and a half hours to do the race. But the neat thing was, I recovered in 3 days from that, where my brother-in-law, who wasn't taking the supplement during that race, took him 5 weeks to recover, a significant amount of time in comparison. Now, this last May, I did the St. George Half Ironman and had another competitor on the bike run into me and caused me to wreck at 30 miles an hour. I lost a lot of skin on my hands, elbows, knees, and all over my back, and I sprained my wrists severely. 2 weeks for that skin to completely heal over and be recovered from that accident. I did another triathlon about 4 weeks later because I was completely healed from that. It makes a huge difference. If you're an athlete and you want to have the best for recovery and to enhance your performance, you need MMF.
Yeah, even though that goes back a few years.
Wow.
Yeah, that's powerful. That is a powerful in terms of for athlete, because again, If you are that kind of athlete during that time, during match time, you generate a lot of free radicals because your muscles get damaged, and that question is recovery. Even I remember that one time we were visiting somebody's office in New York. I forgot. The Senator Armandi, what is that? Retired senator from New York.
Oh,
Republican.
Mitt Romney?
No, it's from New York.
New York. Oh, not he was from
retired senator. But anyway, I was visiting during the days I was working with military, and then he said that at that time he was younger, and he said that one difference I find it that when I go for he used to work out heavy workout every day, and then he used to take longer time to recover. He said, now next day I'm as good as the first day. so that was the first evidence that in a sports, but we did not push that component very much because sports was not our audience for at that time, And so the rate of recovery issue is very, very important if you're an athlete of any kind, whether you're a baseball player, volleyball player, or soccer player, or football player,
That's right. You probably saw that one professional athlete that had an issue with his heart. So I hope that we can somehow get word to to the NFL one of these days. But here's another question for you. And by the way, Fred, your question has been commented on in the chat, Fred. But here's another question, Dr. Prasad. Maybe you could just comment on this. Some folks we have had a number of folks that have mentioned this, issues with their scalp.
With what?
With their scalp. I don't know what's going on here lately with folks with their scalp, but what about someone with scalp soreness or pain in their scalp or and other neurological issues that's going on?
Well, I mean, if neurological issue is going on, as you know, we always recommend micro daily EMF and brain boost. And of course, also the probiotics and collagen peptide is okay to take it, and we don't have any experience on that. So, as I said, try 90 days and see if it helps any.
Try 90 days, and of course, it doesn't hurt if they increase their dosages, right?
Yeah, right. Jonathan, another 2 minutes. I have to go. I remember I communicated to 2:50.
That was actually your last question, and
yes, okay.
I'm just about to let folks know that that we have been privileged to have you with us, and at this point, now for everyone else who has another question or two, Jeff and I are going to stick around for a few minutes to answer any more of your questions. But right now, we're going to say thank you to Dr. Prasad. We value so much your time and your attention, your effort, and the knowledge and expertise that you bring to us each week. So thank you very much. And we're looking forward to seeing you not next week, but the week after.
Right.
So, write this down, folks.
It's my wife's birthday, so whole week is something going on in the evening.
Just black it out, folks. This week is not going to be happening, okay? So we will not be seeing Dr. Prasad next weekend, but we will see Dr. Prasad the following weekend. And listen.
Definitely.
Diabetes is on the docket, folks.
And I have some more on the docket. And I also have some more information because just I finished another chapter, which is what they are treating with and why and how we can improve it.
Are you hearing that, folks? Dr. Prasad is going to drop it like it's hot in a couple of weeks on diabetes. All right. So just get everybody lined up. Yep. So anybody who wants to stick around for a few minutes, Jeff and I are going to stick around for about 10 more minutes to answer some questions, but you can go ahead and unmute and say goodbye to Dr. Prasad now.
Thank you. Thank
you.
Bye,
Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Dr. Prasad.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
You're brilliant.
Thank you so much,
Dr. Prasad.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad.
Many blessings to you and your family. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jonathan. Goodbye.
Well, Jeff, Jeff, I don't know here. This is mind-boggling sometimes to see what Dr. Prasad brings to the table. How come you just sandbagged this for so long? Why did you just sit on this like it was, not something special, it need to be shared?
I don't know. I've got hours and hours of videos, and some of them just slip my mind. And what we're trying to do is really stay more relevant to Micro Daily. And this goes back to an era where, MMF was that was the original formula. So
That's right. Well, these stories are powerful, and we just can't seem to get enough of Dr. Prasad. So we got another question here now. Julia Jones has a question. So let's see if we can't introduce her into the conversation.
Yes, I asked you a question, I think last Thursday.
Okay.
About the wound on my leg.
Yes.
And you told me to do the coconut oil in there. One of the pills.
Yes.
But how many times do I do that?
Just every time you change your bandage. So probably twice a day. You're gonna mix up that little bit of a paste, put it on the bandage itself. Don't put it right on the wound, put it on the bandage and then cover it with it.
Okay. Twice a day.
Twice a day. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think before I let you go.
All right. Very good. Thank you.
Okay. When I put it on, one of them, it burned me so.
It felt burned, like it was burning?
It was burning.
Maybe did you put it directly on the wound or on the bandage?
I put it on the band-aids and then put it on there, and then it burned me so. But I endured with it.
Good. Yeah. Good. It's part of the there are spices in there, like the curcumin that Dr. Prasad is talking about. And even if you take the capsules and you open them up, put them under your tongue, you're going to notice that it kind of has a little bit of almost a peppery heat to it.
Okay.
All right. Just be careful though, because that curcumin can also stain. It'll turn it yellow for a little bit, but it can be washed off. I need to share this because I've had several people saying, I just don't understand it. My hand has gone yellow, and it's because they'll dump the capsules out into their hand, and there's a little bit of powder on it. And so I actually had somebody go to the doctor over a yellow palm, and so we just need to make sure.
Well, mine did turn yellow, but I didn't let that bother me.
All righty.
You didn't go to the doctor over it. Very good.
No.
Very good. Thank you for following up on that, Julia. And you asked it at the time because we've got Jeff here also, so that really helps.
I've been dealing with this for 3 years.
Okay,
well, I could show you progressions of people's open sores. In fact, one of Daryl, Let's Go Daryl, one of his contacts was having serious difficulties getting any kind of healing to happen on her leg. And they were wounds from when they went in and took out sections of veins to replace in her heart. So it was part of her open heart surgery. They went in and made 3 incisions and took out veins in her leg, and they would not heal until she started this. And to see the progression of pictures as to what's happened is just utterly amazing. I mean, the first pictures you're like looking through and you're seeing the bone. That's how deep they were, and it just wasn't healing. So
wow.
Yeah, I'd put the pictures up here, but it's just you can't unsee them, and they're pretty graphic.
All right.
To see that progression is amazing. Yeah.
Keep us posted, Julia, on how it works out, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Nita Whitehead is the first, the next question.
Hi, how are you?
Good, Nita. Welcome.
Good. Thank you. Thank you so much. I wanted to know about Dr. Prasad's product and how does it does it assist with inflammation? Someone dealing with inflammation in their body. I didn't get to ask him that question. He was getting ready to leave right when I had posted my question. I know you said you guys were going to be here, so just ask.
Right. Very good. And that's a very good question because there was twice you may have heard it in the discussion or you may have missed it.
Yeah, I missed it.
But twice what Dr. Prasad said in his discussion today was what's unique about microdaily is that it not only manages inflammation, but it also manages oxidative stress simultaneously. So he said that there are products out there on the market that deal with inflammation and products out there that deal with oxidative stress. He said, but this one handles inflammation and oxidative stress at the same time. So it's outstanding for that. So you might want to make sure that you use the micro daily and the collagen daily and the probiotic at the same time. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. And thank you for asking your question.
You're welcome.
All right, Catherine Robinson. Don't forget to unmute there, Catherine, so we can hear you. Okay, we lost Catherine.
No, here I am.
Okay.
Sorry about not being seen. I'm not together today.
That's no problem.
I want to ask a quick question. 2 reasons. I had a former client. I do, you kind of familiar with that I do. And they finally came to me not too long ago saying that they had a small benign tumor or cyst on their kidney. They waited months, probably it's been a year or more, and the doctors didn't do anything about it. And now the cyst or tumor is about the size of a plum. And now the doctor wants to remove the kidney. He said, there's nothing wrong with the kidney, but they're afraid to go in there and try to just remove that because of a blood issue, because that person don't take blood during surgery. I mentioned the micro daily because they haven't gone back, they haven't got a second opinion, and they haven't come to get another test. When they do come, which they say they're going to come, a lot of times other things come up. It kind of tells me what could have contributed, but I always try to put them on a vitamin and recommend micro daily. Will it interfere? Because I'll just say all of the things that come up for people are either homeopathics, herbals, vitamins, or minerals. Everything's pretty much natural. Would that interfere with them with the micro daily or potentiate or interfere with the effects of the micro daily? Because I feel like the micro daily will do a lot, but I do know that other things, will help her situation to keep from hopefully getting her kidney removed, the good kidney.
All right, good question. Jeff, you want to comment on that?
Sure, absolutely. Dr. Prasad is very precise when it comes to this little seal on the side of that CQF standard. Stands for the correct combination, quantity, and form. And so if anybody is adding additional supplements to their regiment, it's going to mess with that combination, quantity, and form. And so I suggest everybody go off of any additional supplementation, whether it's vitamins, antioxidants, go off of it for a period of time, focus on the micro daily, and then if needed, add additional stuff back in. But we're finding that that's just truly not the case. You're going to be better off and money ahead if you just focus on taking a heavier dose of the micro daily versus trying to supplement with other. I know even homeopathy. I don't know, Jonathan, at least just that's been my experience. Other than medications, prescription medications, please do not insert yourself into that relationship that they have with their physician. Do not try and support everything that the doctors are doing. And Dr. Prasad is very forthcoming in saying these products will not interfere or contraindicate with any prescription medication. In fact, they will enhance the benefits of those prescriptions.
Okay, thank you.
And you can't go wrong taking that route, Catherine. You definitely can't go wrong with it. Dr. Nkuzi has said that there's some homeopathics that have been okay, some that he's tested, but you're much better off, in my opinion, just like what Jeff said, I agree with him, to concentrate on letting Dr. Prasad's formula do its job, okay? All right, Karen's iPhone has a question. All the hands started lighting up here, Jeff, and we're
Hi, Jonathan and Jeff. I have a question. I have someone who's on the call who has lupus, and I really have not heard too much about lupus. Can you give me some insight on that?
We can tell you a little bit about lupus. Lupus is an imbalance in the immune system where a person's B cells are very, very high. So one of the things about microdaily is that it selectively modulates the immune system and it causes the T cells to go up. Once T cells go up, the B cells automatically come down. So a person can benefit from adding microdaily to their diet, and they would likely see some improvement in how their body behaves with even with lupus.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
and I do have videos. In fact, pretty much all of the autoimmune category of conditions are benefited by just balancing the body from a nutritional standpoint, letting the body take the right nutrition in and let it balance instead of trying to do other immune system blockers.
There you go.
Okay. All right, great, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you for asking the question. Galaxy A535G. Who's this Galaxy A53? Okay, let's see if we can't get you to unmute, sir.
Hi, this is Rob. How are you today?
Very good, Rob.
I had
Go
a
ahead, please.
question about if what Jonathan or Jeff just said about taking other supplements. If you're taking other supplements that are food related and you're taking micro daily, but if you take them away from micro daily, is that okay? That was just I didn't know that.
If someone is really determined to take some other supplement, even homeopathic, separate it by about 2 hours, and there usually is no overlap.
Oh, okay. It's a 2-hour window. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that.
That's what most naturopathic doctors recommend, is if you are concerned about any interference, then just, because some people legitimately want to continue with something for whatever reason. So they have some reason why they want to do that. Give it at least 2-hour window.
What about like drinking herbal teas? Is that okay too? That 2-hour window?
I don't think I've seen any problem with herbal tea.
Herbal tea is fine.
Yeah.
Herbal teas are fine. Okay. And was this recorded today? Was this Dr. Prasad? Was this information recorded to take notes later?
Yeah. So you can look on your screen, and there's a link on the top of your screen where you can go back and hear the entire thing.
Okay. That was so informing. Thank you, Jeff and Jonathan, for all you do. I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Tina Browder has a question. Hang on, Tina. We need to unmute you. Get you unmuted, okay? There you go.
Okay. The first is I'm on oxygen. And if I don't use it, it drops. And they don't want it to go below 70 because they say if it go below 70, they can't get it back up. Then my heart, they say the fluid don't go back to the heart, which you might know what I'm saying. And so I have so much fluid till it comes out my skin now.
Wow.
And when it comes out my skin and making blisters.
Wow. Are you taking it daily already?
Yes, I'm on my second bottle now.
How much are you taking?
I take 2-3 times a day.
The original formula or EMF?
EMF.
It's not enough. You need to be more.
And I take the pro boost. the boost.
Probiotic boost is good.
Yeah.
Yes. You need to be doing closer to 5 twice a day, or I'd even go 5 3 times a day. Serious.
5 3 times a
Serious.
day.
Your body's just fighting a losing battle.
Yeah. You got to step it up, Tina. Hit it harder.
And, okay, the fluid, it gets in my lungs. I have to go in the hospital and it pulls it off. I'm talking good now, but I was just gasping for my breath. And really till I start taking this EMF. And that's really what got me talking better.
Well,
And I ain't breathing as hard as I was.
imagine what's going to happen when you're taking the right amount, Tina. Okay, so just add more nutrients to your diet. Okay, increase that. Try taking 5 capsules right now. Okay, get off this Zoom and take 5 capsules right now, and then tomorrow take 5 capsules 3 times a day.
Okay, let me ask you one more thing before I go. I want some of that brain stuff because my memory ain't good. I guess it's got something to do with the oxygen. I don't know.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, you can. All you have to do is just add that to your subscription. So, whoever sponsored you, the affiliate that sponsored you, just tell them to add the brain boost to your order, and take one of those twice a day. But I think once you get your oxygen flowing right, you'll that may be improved.
Gonna wake your brain up as well. Yep.
Okay. I'm ready to get out.
Come back and let us know. Let us know your results, because it's going to be fairly quickly.
Wow, I'm gonna get off right now.
All right.
Okay. Oh, thank y'all so much.
Thank you for your question, Tina.
Okay.
Good job.
Powerful.
Jean.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome.
Thank you so much. So I have a couple of things going on. I have thyroid issues. My thyroid was irradiated maybe like 7 or 8 years ago. And then I have been diagnosed with cardiomyopathy. And then also my cholesterol is a little high. So it's been maintained through, and I'm functioning on like my ejection fraction rate as it went last year from 30%. I'm now at 40, between 45 and 50. I do notice this year a little different, where it's probably teetering. I'm on metformin, lisinopril, metoprolol, and for the synthroid. So for the thyroid. So my question is, I've taken collagen before in the past, but it has compromised my thyroid. So my TSH levels and all of that were a little wacko. And it led me to become lethargic. I'm not lethargic, but just in a tired state all the time. And so I do work at the hospital over here at Cedars-Sinai. And I just want to, I plan to take the EMF. However, the collagen, I wanted to know if that is what contradicts or compromises my thyroid.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Have you taken the collagen?
Not your collagen. I've taken collagen in the past.
Okay. Well, start out. The suggestion is everything begins with a daily EMF, the probiotic, and then we add the collagen in. So it's kind of a 1, 2, 3 step process.
Okay.
But we've had amazing benefits with individuals that have been on almost identical prescriptions.
Okay.
And we haven't talked amounts, we haven't talked longevity and what, but the micro daily is a foundational approach to nourishing your body is going to do amazing things for you.
Okay. So right now I do a multivitamin. So incorporating the daily EMF would be great.
Yeah. Just stop the other multiple vitamin though.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do
And
that.
well, just have a little fun with it. Look at the multiple vitamin that you're taking right now, and see if there is vitamin C in it, and iron, copper, or manganese in the same capsule. And so that's one of Dr. Prasad's ways of helping us all understand that it's bad science. You don't want to put a pro-oxidant mixture in the same capsule. So the vitamin C will interact with the iron and it'll start to rust. The vitamin C will interact with the copper and it'll oxidize. The vitamin C will interact with the manganese, and it's much like copper. It's going to become a pro-oxidant in your stomach. And if you're taking your multiple vitamin as an antioxidant, why would you purposely put a pro-oxidant mixture in that capsule other than it was just a marketing ploy?
Gotcha.
So you're going to benefit a lot from just going to the Micro Daily. And then the other thing that Dr. Prasad's research demonstrated.
Can you hold it up again?
Yeah. Oh, you want to see the facts panel?
No, the name.
Micro Daily EMF stands for electromagnetic frequency protection. But the original Micro Daily, this was the formula that the soldiers received. It says military micronutrient formulation on the spine. And even there, I mean, it was built into this package so that it could be taken twice a day. It wasn't about having the supplements back in their barracks or in their duffel bag. They needed to dose twice a day. So this package was built around them carrying it on their person so that Sunday, you could do 2 doses. Monday, you could do 2 doses. So it's important.
So I'll take that on top of the daily EMF.
Nope. I'm just showing you. This is
the original packaging.
Original packaging. Now it looks like this, but get back with the individual who invited you on. You're going to have an amazing experience, particularly with your medical background and being around others. You're going to notice those changes in your body faster because you've been monitoring these things yourselves.
Yeah. So now what about the collagen? Do you recommend that or no? Just stay away from that for now?
I highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it.
Absolutely. But
if it messes with my thyroid level, then I'll have to get off.
We have individuals on here now that are
off all
issues and doing really well.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Even with the thyroid?
Specifically
for the thyroid. Perfect. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you both. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jean, for your question. That's wonderful.
And we're not diagnosing, treating, curing, healing, or preventing in any way here. We are suggesting an additional or adding food that no longer exists in our food. So it is just natural supplementation. It just happens to carry 7 issued U.S. patents and waiting on another 5. So it's that powerful.
That's it.
And look in the chat. Bernard Dean has just come on and says, my wife loves it. Thyroid.
I saw that.
Challenges, MD and collagen are her favorite. So, yep.
Great. Thank you both.
All right. Thank you, Jean.
Thank you all. Dr. Prasad as well. Okay.
Andrea Harkless has a question.
Yes, I do. My name is Andrea, but I'm calling for someone that's in a wheelchair and has bed sores. And the person that you told to put the Micro Daily on the bandage and then put it on the wound, would this help bed sores? Because this person done had repeated surgeries that's not working.
Yes. Very much so.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And just to understand that it goes back to a mixture of 3 capsules and a tablespoon of coconut oil.
Okay.
That's the ratio. And if you don't want the orange color that goes along with the Micro Daily EMF, you could go back to either the purple bottle, the methylated, or the green original, and it does not have the curcumin in it.
Okay, no problem with that. Okay, thank you.
Very good question. Thank you very much, Andrea, for asking that one.
You're welcome.
And you look in the chat here, Daryl says, get the collagen. It's an excellent wound healer. It says it right there in Dr. Prasad's, when he did his slide
Very
deck,
true.
he
Very true.
introduced it. Yeah, if you remember that, I'll
Mix
just
some collagen into that too. It helped with the wound. Yeah.
yeah, but even from the inside here, it just says wound healing. It's the bottom bullet point there. Reduce symptoms of rheumatoid arthritis and wound healing right there on our collagen. So pretty darn powerful.
Okay, thank you. Can I also make a statement? I've been taking it for myself. I have symptoms of multiple myeloma, and by taking the micro daily, it has lowered my protein level, and all my blood work has been stabilized.
Wow. And how long a period? How long a period? If you've
I
been
started last June.
Wow.
But it was a difference in 3 to 4 months, but I just never came on and said anything.
Wow. How much were you taking?
I started out taking 5 a day, 5 in the morning and 5 in the evening.
Of the EMF?
Yes.
Okay.
So I take the whole choice package.
Very good.
Faithfully.
Very
Hey,
good.
Jonathan,
Yes.
just a point on that collagen that we have to really start highlighting, because I was like amazed. I went to the dentist, and the dentist put collagen in. And I kept looking. I said, "What are you putting in there?" He put collagen in there, and he charged me $100 for the little bit of collagen he put in there, which was gone in 2 days. And I came home and started putting our collagen in there, and in probably about 2 days, it totally healed my mouth. And I told my wife, I said, this guy charged me a whole, I could have paid $64 to have all that collagen left over. But and so I was a little bit mad about the bill, but at least he charged the insurance.
Wow. That's interesting. And now we know that you can use it for that as well. Thank you, Bernard, for sharing that. I had no idea you could use the collagen that way in a dental application. Interesting. Sharon Robinson. Bernard, Jeff, seemed like the more questions we answer, the more questions come up. So,
when are we going to cut this off?
Okay. You were talking about the one lady that came on with the wound, a friend of hers had bed sores, and then another one had the open wound that would not heal. So can you use the micro daily and put it in some kind of olive oil for people that have psoriasis of the scalp? And then somebody was talking about the collagen. The collagen would be, you just take it by mouth.
I'd mix it all together. I'd take it internally and I put it on topically as well.
That's right.
Collagen on your hair?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I would personally. I don't think I'd try it, but I don't know if anyone has tried it yet. But it's a collagen peptide. So, but at least take it topically. Internally, if nothing else, it's going to benefit. It's going to work.
Yeah, I do that, but I'm just saying in reference to the psoriasis. So would you just mix it with coconut oil or olive oil and mix it in like how you would grease your hair?
What Jeff has been putting together has a recipe for mixing micro daily with coconut oil and using it topical. You want to share that, Jeff?
Yeah, the coconut oil, and it goes back to that ratio: 3 capsules and 1 tablespoon. And so, it's going to be like peanut butter consistency. So it's a little thicker, and so that you can put it on the bandage, and it's just amazing. I'm looking at, and gosh, we still have 145 people on here, Jonathan. But here are some pictures of those wounds I was talking about earlier, where you could almost see down into the bone.
Oh my.
And it's just crazy. So we go from there to, and thank you, Daryl, for sending these over. But look at how much tissue has filled in here just a few weeks later. Look at how much that has filled in. You remember where you could see clear on down into the bone? It's just amazing what these products will do. And here, the top one is almost healed right over, and look at the bottom one. I mean,
Okay.
once again, there, you know, I should have warned everybody before I started sharing the pictures, but to see firsthand what is happening, and this is an internal external approach, and here's the most recent. Yeah, it's just
That's
the body's amazing. I mean, those nothing was happening, nothing that they could do. It had gone for months and months and months.
Wow, that's major improvement. Wow,
All
interesting.
right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We're down to just the last couple of questions here, folks. But yeah, 145 connections, not people, connections. There could be multiple people. So go ahead, Peggy.
Yes, thank you. I'm Suzanne. I'm Peggy's sister, but we're sharing it together. So actually, we're sharing the same phone. My question is sciatic nerve pain. What do you guys suggest for that place for sciatic nerve pain?
Sciatic nerve pain?
Yes.
Microdaily EMF and a probiotic.
I have sciatica.
How often?
Just
often?
recommended dose on the bottle. At least, well, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules in the evening. I'd probably go 5 and 5, and then probably two probiotics, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening.
Yeah, I have sciatica, and I don't have any pain from the sciatic nerve anymore. And I take the regular dosage of the EMF. And then recently I have been forgetting to take the collagen, and I think that helps a lot also. I had a flare up of bursitis in my right hip. And then once I started adding the collagen back in, that has gone to no pain again. And it's with no pain medication. So just the products.
Very good. That's Alfreda Strong's comment there. So that's it. That's an additional comment there for you, Peggy. And you might also want to add CBD boost in there. That will also help with pain. Okay. Thank you for your question, Peggy. Eddie Brown.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm calling on behalf of my daughter. Now they don't know what's wrong with her, but she's scared to take. She's bipolar, but she's scared to take regular medicine because she has Steven Johnson syndrome, and then she got they saying it's fibromyalgia, but she don't know what it is. She lay in the bed about 3 or 4 weeks at the time and can't walk, and you know, I'm calling on behalf of her to see if that stuff will help her.
Wow. Eddie Brown, who's your sponsor, Eddie?
Beverly Meeks.
Beverly Meeks. Oh, that's under Bernard. You're connected to Bernardine? I think Beverly.
I think Beverly just started.
Right.
But she made. I guess she started, but
yeah,
that's who introduced us to.
Well, you absolutely definitely want to make sure that you start on the micro daily, but there may be some other things too that that she may need to do, because Steven Johnson's is a horrible issue, and that's triggered by a bacteria. So you need to target that, and it turns the body into just autoimmune all the way around. It's just horrible.
Y'all want
But we could talk about that offline. So Bernard, could you facilitate? Let's talk about that offline.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. If he can send me his number, I'll take care of that.
Okay. I don't see him anymore. Who was it? What was the name?
That's the thing.
Eddie Brown.
Eddie Brown.
Eddie Brown.
Eddie Brown. Okay.
With Beverly.
So Beverly, just make sure we get in contact with Bernard and us, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. We'll take 1 or 2 more here. Becky, go ahead.
Hi,
I was wondering, someone with Crohn's disease, severe Crohn's disease, they would probably be better off taking the micro daily EMF, the probiotic, but how much on the probiotic should they take?
A minimum of 2 doses a day. It's one capsule is not going to do it. We've got enough experience with it now that it's a minimum of one at night and 1 in the morning.
Okay, and then they should also
go ahead.
They should also take the collagen too, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you guys for staying with it and never giving up.
Yeah, you too. Hang in there. Look forward to hearing your story.
It's worth it.
Annette McDonald.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Go ahead, Annette.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
We can see you too.
Okay. I am struggling with high blood pressure, and so I need to know what I should take. And the second question is, my daughter have brain tumor, and she did surgery, but it's coming back. So I need to know what she could take. She's not having any seizure or headache.
She has a tumor.
Yeah.
You said it's in the brain?
Yeah, she did surgery and they took out 97% of it.
Go on as high a dose of the micro daily as you can to help the body to deal with the rest of it. The immune system can get rid of abnormal cells no matter where they are. So if you want to really help the immune system do that, go 3 times the normal amount, 3 times a day. Okay, so if it was EMF, it would be 9 capsules 3 times a day. If it's the original, it's 6 capsules 3 times a day. Okay.
Okay, so
3 times the dose.
Miss Barnes is the person that introduced me, so she could just tell me the amount, or just buy the package and start taking it the way you said it.
Have her help you place the order with customer service and just increase it that way. You know.
Okay. And so about the blood pressure.
Same thing. It's it'll
help.
One will help both.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Go with 3 times the normal amount and 1 extra dose. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye bye. And Moto G. Moto G.
Oh, wow. Wow, surprise. Peace and blessings to you all. This is our brother Bracy, brother Akintola. During the week, I found an old friend of mine. I hadn't talked to in some time. And he sounded so strange. And when I asked him about it, I thought it was a different person. The brother told me he had a brain aneurysm. I don't know if there is any, Jeff has any videos in here on that. And as I was thinking about this, I said, you know what, I'm probably answering my own question, because I'm looking at ordering him the micro daily. I thought about the EMF, the probiotic, and the collagen. But I say, this is a brain disorder as well. It's happening in the brain. So the brain boost is also needed. So I see Dr. Prasad choice going to him. But what would you all recommend, how many for him to take? I know at least 3 times a day, but what would you suggest? He had it about a year ago from what he told me.
Jeff?
I think pretty much that 5 capsules twice a day. So you're adding just a little bit more would be a great place to begin. You can always go up from there. Rarely would I go back down because of the chronic inflammation that has occurred in the brain after that event. And it's not unlike my father's own stroke, and that's the way that we approached it, is just nutritionally. And
Cool.
he was taking 2 brain boosts in the morning and 2 brain boosts in the evening. So he would order 2 bottles of brain boost and 2 bottles of the micro daily EMF.
Okay. And you said 5 capsules 2 times a day, or what, should it be 3 times a day?
Well, if you really want to go after it, you can go 3. I'm saying a minimum of twice a day with the 5 capsules.
Okay. 5 capsules, 3 times a day, 2 brain boosts, and everything else. Would that just be 1 probiotic, or should we go with 2?
1 twice a day?
Well, I'm just so excited about the results that I've seen personally from doing one in the night and one in the morning.
Right.
Like I just feel like I've got to at least recommend it to people that are beginning, because our guts are so out of balance. The dysbiosis is just, it's crazy. So.
Okay, I definitely appreciate you all. And of course, should I just go with 1 calcium, or should we do that twice a day? What do you think? I don't think it could hurt to do 2.
With the collagen?
Yes, collagen.
Yeah, I try and get 2 in. I don't always get 2, but
okay, beautiful. I really appreciate.
I hope people feel comfortable coming back on and saying, "Hey, this is what was suggested, and this has been my experience." That's so powerful for others to come on, like Alfredo.
Really helps.
Yeah.
It really helps. Really helps. Okay, very good. We got 2 more. These are the last 2. Mary Stoughton.
Hi, I am asking for my mother-in-law, Miss Snowden. She has a history of hernias. She has 2 upper hernias that she's been dealing with, and just has some concerns about the dosage that she should be taking. And she's had the hernia for several years.
Hernia is a mechanical issue.
Okay.
So micro daily and the collagen will help with reducing the inflammation.
Okay.
But of course, it won't resolve a mechanical problem. So things like that often has to be dealt with surgically.
Okay.
But it will help with the inflammation. The stress that comes from it.
Yeah, and it'll strengthen the muscles, and so you may find that just by making them stronger, getting the collagen in there, it could do some amazing things just structurally. But what Jonathan said, yeah, if that doesn't seem to work, or let us know.
And she's doing that, so we'll just keep continuing and just increase the micro daily then. But she's taking both.
Very good.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you, Mary. Appreciate your asking the question. And last one, Kimberly Holmes. What happened to Kimberly?
Sorry, I've been receiving excruciating pain in my hand, like about 3 o'clock in the morning every morning, and it feels like my hand is numb. It's like a burning sensation. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we were just hearing something else also. Go ahead.
I don't know. That's not me.
So I don't see anybody's open mic, or I'd shut it off.
I'm at home by myself. That's weird.
Okay, yeah, no, it's okay. Go ahead.
Right. So I was just sharing. Yeah. So it scared me. In fact, this morning it happened again. And the pain lasts for about 3 hours, and then when I stand up and start walking around, it eventually goes away. So I was just wondering. Yeah.
And that's on your hand.
Yeah. So I know we've had some issues as people go through, as they're correcting the micronutrient deficiencies, they will experience a retracing. Like if there's been injuries, or there's been compromises in different parts of the body, and like in the form of a concussion. Helen went through this back when she was 17 years old, last year of high school. suffered a severe head injury, a concussion that took her out of school for 4 months. She almost didn't graduate, but she gets on the microdaily, and it's several months into her experience, and she starts getting headaches in the area where she had suffered the concussion. And she upped her dose, and over a period of time, the body did a retracing. I don't know if it was removing scar tissue or just what was going on in the brain, but even Dr. Goodman has been on air, and she talked about going on a therapeutic dose of the micronutrients just so that she could experience what her patients were experiencing. And she says, I noticed some traveling pains in different parts of my body, and it had to do with the biorhythmic work that's being done in the body on different organ groups.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
she realized that, yes, something was going on, something good was happening. And
Okay, and just really quickly, thank you. For dementia, all the brain challenges, my mother has dementia. How much should I give my mom? 6 capsules, 3 capsules? Just trying to get a base here. Should I give her the collagen?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, collagen, probiotic,
Absolutely.
and the microdaily EMF with the minimum dose of what's on the bottle. On the bottle
Okay.
says capsules 2 to
Absolutely.
3 times per day.
And then
Okay.
add some brain boost in there too. All right,
Okay.
one capsule twice a day, and you should be able to see some good results there.
Thank you.
Jonathan, just one more thing for her, because one thing about being a paramedic, you get a chance to hear a lot of stories. A lot of people out here are having trouble with the circulation of their body because of the position that they're sleeping. And sometimes when you lift up and start walking around, all of a sudden your feelings come back because that part of your body that you slept on the wrong way and cut off circulation will actually affect it, go back to normal. So you may want to consider that too.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so
Very
much.
good.
Jen.
Thank you for your questions. And Jeff and Bernard, thank you so much. This has been amazing, amazing, amazing. And listen, folks, listen carefully, folks. The FDA has not evaluated any of these comments today. The information has been presented for information and educational purposes only. We strongly recommend that you seek the competent medical advice of professionals that you trust. Don't do anything we say because we say it. Speak to your doctor, consult a physician, medical professionals that you trust. Engage Global, Jonathan Jones, Jeff Ashby, Bernard Dean, Dr. Prasad. We do not claim these products to be a treatment or cure for any disease state, but we sure believe it's good food for your body. All right, y'all have a good night.
Thank you, Jeff.
Let's
go.
Excellent.
Great
Good night,
call.
everybody.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Let's go, Jeff.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Jonathan. You guys rock.
You're right, We're on target today.
Yes, sir.
Quite a few
Peace. Thank you, everyone.
Awesome.
Let's have a blessed journey.
Thank you. Great call.
Take care, everybody. Good night.
Let's go.
Let's go, let's go.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome call.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.